Virgo, I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to my channel, Adrian H here. And so we're going to kind of look at what are some of the next steps that the universe guides you for you to follow. So the focus of the reading is love, but you can really sort of look at it in all areas of your life and see how that applies to your life. Okay, so let's have a look. We're not going to talk anything further. We're going to get straight into your reading. And you know, Virgo, I always like to say that when we look at these readings, think of it almost like somebody who stands on a balcony and sort of like describes a certain area of, you know, of life or the city or the town or whatever. It's a collective sort of report that you're being given for the energy of Virgo, the same way that you would say that, guys, if you look over there, it seems like there's a party going on over there. There's lights flashing up in the air. Everybody's seeing it. That is why it's relatable. Okay. When it's a personal reading, it's a little different because it's about you. It's about your road. It's about your home. It's about your lounge. It's about, you know, I don't know, your bathroom, your kitchen, your garden, your backyard, that sort of things, your front yard, your front door. So personal readings look more into that. General readings give you the overall. Okay. And sometimes that's all we need. At the moment, what we have for you, Virgo, it says Spirit Guide. This is as above, so below energy. This is letting you know, Virgo, that the questions that you may have in your mind at the moment, because I feel there's a lot of questions that you actually have. And even though this reading focuses on love, you are an expression of love. So we're going to look at all of that, even though the aim is romantic love, but it says Spirit Guide. And this, in a sense, Virgo, when I think of it, when I feel it, the energy that I get from it, it's sorry. It's almost like, for many of you, there are certain things in your life, you know, it could be in love, but it could also be in other things that are actually keeping you from love, that you sort of feel that, you know, it's almost like you don't really know what to do. You don't know what is that next step to take. So it's not a unwillingness to take the step. It's more a sense of not being sure, you know, what is that step that is best for you to take. And I feel that that your spiritual team has got so much to say to you right now. And, you know, when we speak of our spiritual team, I want you to understand that you are part of so much more than just you. You know, I think sometimes we sort of limit ourselves down to this sort of flow of just being human. You know, I'm a human being and this is my human life and this is my human things. But the simple truth of the matter is, you know, that there is so much more to you than just being human. I mean, when you look at something like quantum physics, and it has, you know, it may not be sort of like broadly spread all over the place, but when you look at actual science these days, a simple accepted belief in science is that we are part of this sort of like a big simulation, so to speak, basically, you know, that life on Earth itself, it's part of a big simulation, that there's so much that we can actually ask for and open our minds to and wire our minds towards that can change everything for you. And I feel for you, Virgo, I feel that there are options that are available to you. You know, there are options that are available. There are solutions that are available for you. There is guidance that is available for you. You are not alone in this journey of life. So if you feel that you're never going to find that perfect person or you're never going to get through this challenging situation, the simple truth is that that doesn't have to be true for you. You know, sometimes we feel that this is how life is going at this particular point in time and nothing is ever going to change for us. But it really doesn't have to be that way. That doesn't have to be the truth for you. You know, it's just one of many possibilities. And so for those of you that I feel that have always sort of been silently, you know, saying our prayers and silently asking that, you know, if it's ever possible, you know, maybe for me to have love, you know, I'd really like that. I'd really like to be guided towards that. I feel that for some of you, things got to a point where you almost sort of accepted that you are never going to experience that beauty of life. That is just not for you. Maybe you've had your one big love, maybe you've had your one big crush, maybe you've had your one big experience and that didn't work out. and you feel that, well, that is it. You know, that's it for me. It's never going to happen. Well, there's a better plan that's available for you, Virgo. And I feel that for some of you, that now you may have gone into that mindset because you understood that that is what you need. Maybe you needed to, you know, attend to some other things. And I think something that people often don't understand about you, Virgo, is that it takes you such a while to really align with a connection, to make that, you know, that profound connection, that once you make it, there's no sort of possibility in your mind that it's not going to work out. And then when it doesn't work out, it's very overwhelming, because this connection was part of your life. This is how you saw your life. This is how you saw your future. This is how, you know, you saw things going forward. And when that sort of plan is just suddenly not so available anymore, we had the experience, we felt it dwindling away from us, it's a very challenging thing to deal with. But I also feel that for some of you, yes, that is maybe the mindset that you had to take on before, but you want to be open to the idea that there might be a better plan that's available here for you, that the universe would like to communicate to you. You don't have to actually, you know, stay in those past decisions of, I'm not going to open myself to love again, I'm not going to try. And I feel even for some of you that is with someone at the moment, this could be a space where either you're giving someone that second chance, but this could also be that space where you realize that it's time for you to walk away, you know, and it can be very, very hard sometimes. Getting your Monology card here, this one came right out. Oh, this is so beautiful. This was the same card for, I can't actually remember, I think it was for Libra, maybe Gemini. I can't remember. I think it was Gemini. That was Gemini. So maybe if you're dealing with a Gemini, you can look at the Gemini reading. But also, when you look at a reading, I always recommend, when you look at, like when you cross-watch, look to understand what mindset that person is in, where they are coming from with their collective energy. Okay, not to say to them like, oh yeah, I saw what was going on in your reading, now I can see how you're low vibing. I mean, that's not really who you are in any case, you know. But also, you know, sometimes when we get to that space, Virgo, where we feel like that and we want to be that heavily confrontational, sometimes we have to ask ourselves, the connection that I'm fighting for at this moment, do I actually even really want it? And if the answer is not yes, then what is the point? Okay. From the Monology card, the moon, our cosmic mother, it says new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. This is about going forth with energy and strength. You know, Taurus also being an earth energy, the same as you, Virgo. This is a space of going forward, of forging ahead, and to sort of put your strength ahead of you first, you know. So maybe some of you, even if you may be on your way to go and see someone right now, you're thinking about maybe seeing that person, you know. Now, I'm not encouraging you to be sort of like a, you know, like a low-vibing, horrible person here, but, you know, you may be going into a situation where maybe you want to show somebody your entirely soft side and your beautiful side and what a good, you know, prospective partner you can be and all those type of things, but you are encouraged to go in with your strength. Make them realize what a benefit you can be to them, to this connection, okay? How powerfully you can impact their life. Now, let's see what we have. What are the challenges that you are facing with this? Because, I mean, it's one thing to say to forge ahead. You know, it's one thing to say, go in there, do your thing, show them who you are. But, you know, the love and romance, it's a gentle thing, it's a beautiful thing, it's a kind thing, and it might not be in your full nature to do that. And also, I mean, you don't really want to kind of come across as aggressive when, you know, you kind of want the opposite of aggression. So let's see some of the challenges, some of the things that are standing in your way. 3 cards came out, and they came out in reverse. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which is actually excellent news. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and we've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. All right, so remember, aces are about divine intervention, and divine intervention is something that takes place when we are in a space of alignment for that miracle, for that blessing, for what it is that we want to have, you know. Sometimes you ask the universe for something so much and you say, oh, let me just give it to them. Okay. Now, what I do like is that for many of you, there might have been a space of scarcity and lack and limitation. All right, feeling left out in the cold. I feel that for you, Virgo, I don't really feel that there's a lack of options here for you when it comes to love. I feel that you needed some time to work through a space where maybe you were very hurt in the past. You didn't really feel that maybe going into a love situation was really an option for you again. Maybe it hurt you that deeply. And the Five of, sorry, not Wands, Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, it is speaking about you no longer being that person before that was making that sort of choice before. And it falls very much in line with the Spirit Guide card. You know, just because you made a decision before to never go for love, to not fully trust, to not open yourself to that, you know, that sort of thing, doesn't really mean that it has to be the choice for you now anymore. And when I say that, what I mean is that when we feel a certain way, we make decisions based on that. But now you've changed. You're not the same anymore. You are different now. So what are you going to do now? Because now you've got different choices available. Because I can tell you two things at the moment that that are very available for you in the universe. That is very available for you in your sphere of life, in your sphere of manifestation. Okay, because you have been focusing on that. Because if you haven't been thinking about it, then it wouldn't come into your experience of life. And what happens sometimes, Virgo, it might be that you felt like, you know what, you're just going to be happy for your friends. You're going to be happy for the beauty that happens in other people's lives. Maybe you accept that this is never going to happen for me, but I like the fact that it's happening for someone else. When you even have that, you know, that happiness that it's happening for someone else, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, what also happens over there is that you start to create it for yourself. And because you sort of assumed it's never going to happen for you, when it comes towards you, there's a lot less resistance than there would often be. So it just kind of comes. But that decision that you made in the past, which could be in this life or even in a previous life or previous consciousness of life, really. Because, you know, even though I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner, past lives per se doesn't really exist. It's all here and it's all right now. And since I'm talking about that, let me just very quickly before you go into that. So this is an example that I like to use. Let's imagine, for this example, let's imagine that you're a 35-year-old woman and maybe you are challenged in your career and maybe with some finances, and love is definitely not doing all that well. Okay, maybe you're married, maybe you're not in a connection or not, doesn't really matter, but you know, things are a bit rocky. This boat is kind of like doing its thing over here. And then you maybe come to me for a regression hypnosis session, you know, in person, online, whatever, or somebody else maybe, and then we say, okay, let's take your consciousness back to the time where this particular pattern initiated. What is the core initiator of this pattern? Then you go back like 2,000 years ago, and now you're suddenly this big, bold man. You know, like this warrior type of man. And you maybe find yourself sitting somewhere outside at your home on the porch, and everything is beautiful around you, but you feel like an absolute loser. And maybe the reason why that is because maybe there's a war happening on the country, or maybe there's something happening in your personal life where you would really like to go and fight and stand up and support and do those kind of things, but you can't. Maybe you broke your leg or something like that, or maybe you got injured and now you've got gangrene or something like that, and you feel like you are so needed right now, but you can't actually go and do what it is that you need to do. Now we are consciousness, because maybe that man is your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. And going forward in life through generations, that pattern of I'm not good enough regenerates. It's in your cells, it's in your DNA, it's in your molecules, it's in your programming, it's in your energy. And all you really often need to do is to have the willingness to release all of that which is holding you back. That which you're consciously aware of, and also that which you're not consciously aware of. All right? I like to breathe in as I breathe in the support of the universe and release all of that which is not serving me in a positive way. That which I'm consciously aware of and that which I'm not consciously aware of. Because the sort of foundational subconscious patterning that causes disturbances in our life, we are often not aware of what those things are. Okay, we're not consciously aware of it, which makes them operate so well. And then when you obviously have something like a personal tarot reading with me, we really look at those things. What is causing this? Okay. Because what I can see here for your Ace of Wands in reverse and Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Virgo, that beautiful divine love is available to you. That financial breakthrough, that career breakthrough, that game changer, it's available to you. And it could be the same person, it could be in two different people. But what I can tell you is that both these energies are available for you. This is basically having blessings at your doorstep. But you need to open the door. It can ring the bell, but you need to open the door. Okay. So you might want to consider opening the door, being open to the idea that there's a better plan that's available, that the plan of your life has been upgraded. Okay. Let's see what guidance you can get from the universe for this, Virgo. And you will find that if you look at my readings, I'm not going to tell you that, you know, well, obviously if it comes up that you're dealing with a specific energy, which might be energy in you, or maybe an energy that you're dealing with, and that sort of thing, you know. But, I mean, we sometimes look at these love readings, and, you know, I'm very honest when I say this, and I'm just going to say that I'm not even apologizing for it in the slightest. YouTube is one of the big things that have really water down the value of what tarot can offer you. And the reason why that is happening is because a lot of times, you know, viewers look at YouTube videos and they just want to know, are they coming, are they going, are they staying? You know, it's always what are they going to do? But, you know, what is the other person doing? What is the other person thinking? But that is putting so much of the way that your life goes in the hands of someone else. No. You know, life is about you. It's about embracing who you are. Because when you change, everything else changes. And love is available for you. It is so available for you. Yep, there we go. Beautiful confirmation. Aces on the burn. You've got the Three of Swords. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. And you've got the Ace of Swords. Now you've got three aces, because you also got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands over here. So, a breakthrough in a better serving thought pattern is actually being presented to you. What do you need to do to align with that? Open your heart to that. Okay, because your heart is healed, your heart has been very hurt, it's been very broken, you know, and maybe by many aspects in life. Because I feel for many of you, you know, that your heart has been broken by many aspects in life, growing up, walking through life, in your job, in your family, you know. Maybe you lost some people recently, some disappointments that you had. You've opened your heart before to love, to all of those things. And I can see for many of you it didn't work out. And a lot of times with this sort of energy, you know, we feel like, what's the point? You know, you are, and I have to say this, even though some of you might not like me saying this, but when we've had a very challenging upbringing, like when our childhood was challenging, even later on in life, you know, teen, early 20s even, and we don't deal with that, your mind tries to constantly keep you safe against the perceived threat. And one of the biggest perceived threats to the mind is love. Because if you open yourself to someone else fully in love, that person can hurt you. And because there is a belief that you might have had, it's hard to sometimes accept this within ourselves, but you would have had a very direct hand in manifesting that very situation you say that you didn't want to have. Okay, but I see you going forward. I see you making progress in life. And here's the thing for you to look at, Virgo. I see that there were personal improvements in your life. Improvements at work. Improvement with time management. Improvements maybe with friends. Maybe getting some time out to yourself. That sort of thing, you know. Improvements in body health, whatever. There were improvements in your personal life, in the more materialistic side of your life. The reason why you had those improvements is because your heart has healed, your vibration has changed, and you were open to more beautiful things to come for you. Now remember what our Monology card said in the beginning, that prosperity lies ahead for you with Taurus, new moon in Taurus, with your earth experience. That same sort of magic that you kind of got from maybe your job or, you know, entrepreneurship or like a personal project, maybe just having more time to yourself, it was created from the same energy that also creates love. Okay? And Ace of Swords. It's like you're realizing a better way of thinking, a better way of reasoning, a better way of going about things for you in your life. You are being invited to open your mind to love. Some of you are closed off to it. You will say that, I decided I'm not going to have it, you know, I don't really want it, it's not the best thing for me. But are you really 100% truthful when you think about it? Or is it more sort of like just a way to keep yourself safe? Because if it's not an option, it doesn't have to be something that disappoints you or hurts you. Okay. You can just assume it's not going to be part of my life, so you just carry on, you never think about it ever again. Okay. It's almost like a person that decides to become a vegetarian. Wonderful, beautiful, you know. And if you can carry on through life and keep everything balanced and you never eat meat again, that's fantastic. But, you know, when you sometimes get those people that feel around and they feel they need to have rallies and they need to tell everybody how horribly wrong they are, maybe you're trying to cover up for something else. Okay, let's see what crystal energy will benefit you at the moment, Virgo. Oop, that one sprung right out there. And so you can either work with this crystal if you have it, or you can buy it if you want to, or you can just read up about the energy of the crystal as well, because remember, you have been born with the ability to evoke any energy, feeling, belief within you. That is what your hormones does. That is, you know, you have the ability to tell your body what you want to have. And you can work at unlocking that within yourself because you're born with that potential. As human beings, we've got so much more potential than what we have been told we do not have. Okay. I mean, even from a young age, when you think about it, we are taught limitation basically from the time we are born, even before that. You know, little babies are like, oh, you're so cute, look at you, oh, shame, you can't even move, you know, oh, you can't do anything for yourself, oh, could you. And you may not mean that maliciously, but think about it, this baby just arrived on planet Earth and this is what you're telling them. Oh, shame, you can't do anything for yourself, eh? You need me, I'm your mommy, I'm your daddy, I'm your brother, sister, uncle, friend, whatever. Maybe it's not even about the baby, maybe it's about you. Kroikoi, sexuality. Sexuality is about who you are, you know? It's who are you really? Because when you think about it, and we're talking about root chakra energy, a base chakra and the grounding being part of earth once again. Sexuality is about who you really are, who you are defined as. You know, are you a man? Are you a woman? Are you LGBTQ? Are you in between? Are you confused? Are you clear? Are you transgender? Are you gay? Are you lesbian? Are you whatever? You know, but not only that, it goes into all the aspects of life of who you are. What defines you? Okay? And you are being encouraged, Virgo, to really think about that. What defines you? What do you want from love? Because the door is open. The door is very open. It's standing there, bright shining, with a spotlight on it and little gold flickers flowing down. But until you allow yourself to see, until you allow yourself in your mind to see it, you don't even have to trust it yet, just to see it, just to be aware of it, you won't see it. Okay? You will refuse to see that person in a different light. You will just keep on seeing them as a friend or, you know, as a colleague or whatever, until you allow yourself to accept that you want more in life. You deserve more. Of course you do. Okay? Let's look at some final messages from the universe for you, Virgo. No more holding you back. So there's the Nine of Wands. There's the High Priestess. Sorry. and there is the Chariot, Cancer energy. You're ready for something more. You've been asking for something more. I think the very fact that you're watching this video, and especially the fact that you're watching up to this point, is sort of proof that you want more, that you're ready for more, that you desire more. And let me tell you that you are worth having more. You are worth the experience of love, because when we really experience love, it also puts us, it's this magical thing, it puts us in the receptive mode for all the other desires of our heart, you know? So then that is what explains why prosperity is lying ahead for you, Virgo. It is just calling you for the change in mindset, because the door is open. Okay, the door is right there, the door is available, and it's open. All you need to do is step through it. Okay, I hope that that helps you. If that resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you, Virgo, liking the video. If you maybe feel that a friend or somebody that you care about will benefit from seeing it as well, share it on your social media pages or share it to them personally, in a private message. I really appreciate all the beautiful donations that all of you are sending me. It really helps me to be able to make these videos, because I love making them, because it really does help so many people, and I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you for the beautiful comments. They mean everything to me. I would like to invite you, if it resonates with you, to subscribe to my channel, to hit that notification bell to know when your readings are coming out. I'm going to do singles readings next, so that's sort of like maybe next week, a week and a half from now. That I hope that helps you. If you're interested in learning to read the tarot for yourself, you're more than welcome to go down below in the description. There's a link that you can click that takes you to my detailed online tarot reading course. And I'm very excited, because at the moment I'm also busy putting together a psychic development course which can change your entire life. So just stay tuned to the channel. I'll let you know when that is available. But for now, namaste, love and light. May love find you.